So here we are in what most people consider the most spectacular park in all of Patagonia, Torres del Paine National Park. Really has become an emblem of the Patagonia region. Now, the gateway to the actual park itself is called Puerto Natales. Worth spending a couple of days here before you head into the park. Maybe get some supplies, nice little town, and it's only about 2 to 3 hours to go from the seaside town out to the entrance of the park itself. And there's a few ways we can explore Torres del Paine. One would be by bicycle, and there are some small dirt paths that we can traverse along and do some simple bike excursions. Some outfits are actually now offering horseback riding in the park, and there's some multi-day horseback riding opportunities here. But of course, the majority of people coming to Torres del Paine are here to hike. And there's some spectacular, very impressive treks to do throughout the park. Now, probably the most famous of these would be called the W Route. And this is a 5 to 7 day trek staying at the refuges, and there's several of them dotted around the park. It's really become one of the highlights for many people of their excursions down in Patagonia. Many people flying in just to do this particular trek. And it is pretty amazing. Unfortunately, in 2005, there was a bit of an incident here when a Czech backpacker got to one of the refuges. He lit up a smoke, fell asleep, and ended up burning down 120 square kilometers of this park. Now, the Czech government actually got involved in helping to reforest some of the park, but you will definitely see remnants of the damage down here. But you don't have to hike for 5 to 7 days to enjoy this park. 2.5 hours you could be at a place like Valle Francis, or 3.5 to Glacier Gray, and these again are highlights of the park. So you don't have to hike for a long time to really experience some of the incredible nature here. Here's the French Valley, which is just mind-blowing, the scenery you're going to see out here. Now, in terms of wildlife, not a lot to see. We might see some guanaco, which again, prized for its pelts in Bolivia, sort of like the alpaca. And you'll see these guys rummaging around through the mountains, which is quite interesting. But let me tell you probably about, the most renowned trek here. Probably, if you have a day, this is really the one worth checking out, is to get to Los Tres Torres, the three famous towers of Torres del Paine, sort of at the center of the park. These are all located in what's called the Cordillera del Paine, which is kind of the central complex of this park. There are these very unique formations right at the center of the park, and this is really, you can show me a photo like this and I'll immediately recognize this is Torres del Paine, these very unique granite formations in the park. Now, the name Torres del Paine, obviously Torres translates to towers. Paine, if it's translated into indigenous languages, means blue, because there's often a blue kind of tinge that hangs over these towers. So quite amazing to hike out here and really get a view of the Cordillera del Paine, the central complex here. Getting to those three famous peaks in the park itself. So that's it. There's a little bit about Torres del Paine. Hope you learned something. Hope that was helpful. Please visit more and learn more about Patagonia with me at www.kevinsworldvideotour.com. Thanks for listening.